What is going on, everybody? We have another Code Peterson tutorial on here. Some more instructional technology. I teach technology in business classes and always with marketing. And I mean, in a lot of these business classes, you have an opportunity to teach social media and different ways that you can use it in the business world and everything. So I thought it would be fun to use Chat GPT as a way to come up with an idea and to kind of polish off an activity, I guess, for students where they are kind of thinking about social media platforms and what the target audience is for them or what those characteristics are for that social media platform. So let's go ahead and begin. We're going to go in here and we're going to say, I am a high school marketing teacher and we are learning about social media platforms and how they each have strengths for their different target audiences. I want to share information about each platform with my class, discuss their pros and cons, etc. Then I want students to be divided into groups and they will be choosing a classic 90s television show and decide which platform each character would be based on their personality traits. Okay, so as we look at this on here, they have these different social media examples. And then down here, they have this. And so they're telling us like Joey might be on Instagram. So I'm going to change this prompt a little bit. And I'm going to say, instead of saying what platform the characters would be on, I want to have students say if Joey was a social media platform, he would be blank because blank. Okay, so now, oops, so this is a little bit more accurate to what I'm looking for on here. All right, so yes, I'm going to say this is the approach I had in mind. I'm going to put in here, let's come up with some directions that could be used for students to follow to complete this formative assessment. All right, so up here it has an objective for us. Determine which social media platform best represents character from 90s television show based on their personality traits. Explain your reasoning for each choice. Okay, so I think that looks good, but let's say something like, how many platforms should we have students use with this project? I think we should go with 5. Let's incorporate this into our directions and let's put these directions into a paragraph form and put the criterion for grading in a chart. Okay, let's take a look at this now. So in your groups, choose a classic 90s television show that you're familiar with. For each character from the show, decide which of the following social media platforms they would be if they were a platform: Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Twitter, or Facebook. For each character, provide a clear explanation of why you believe the chosen platform best represents them, focusing on how their traits aligns. Okay. Yeah, I think this is onto something. Now, they give them some examples up here, so I'm going to say let's let students choose any platform they wish for the 5 platforms. Okay, there we go. So that looks a little bit better. And then we can look down at this. So the matching platform accurately matches all characters with the platform. Understanding of platform, creativity and insight, and presentation. So again, this would be something that's just a formative assessment. It's just kind of seeing that students kind of understand what these platforms are and how they could tie it into a character from that. And it wouldn't have to be 90s. It could be anything. I just maybe 90s would be tougher for kids nowadays. But maybe if you were teaching this in college, you would have something for 90s or whatever. Or if you're, how depending on the age group, you can change that for whatever. So then I'm going to say, I think this looks good. And then I'm going to say something like, I have 8 groups of students. I would like a 90s pop culture reference um, group name for each group. I have some creative groups, so I could say group one is going to be the Fresh Princes, second one's going to be Saved by the Bell Squad, next one is Nirvana Nation, the X Files crew, Power Rangers Patrol, Full House Fanatics, Friends Forever, and Beepers and Boomboxes. So then that allowed me to come up with an idea for those names without having to spend so much time trying to do that on my own and save a little bit of time. Now, the last thing I would do, maybe just to tie this in a little bit more, I'm going to say in our directions and charts, let's put some 90s terms, jargon throughout to make it more engaging and fun. Okay, so now we have that you and your squad are familiar with. Pick any 5 social media platforms. Be sure to choose ones that are totally tubular. Just another way where you can kind of use any AI, in this case it was ChatGPT, is a way to take a simple idea or a thought that you maybe had when you were on your way to school that popped in your head and you just kind of want to refine it a little bit more, and it's a great way to kind of collaborate on the computer when you don't have a team of teachers nearby at the time. And again, I can't emphasize enough, it's always better to collaborate with